Hi, my name is Amy Mozzie, and I'm with Centurion Boats. And today, I'm going to walk you through the all-new 2026 Centurion Nv243. You know, Centurion Boats is known for the largest wake surf boats on the market, and it doesn't fail to impress what we've done with even our entry brand offering in the NV series. We have offered now a 24-foot, 3-inch NV for 2026, and this boat is going to blow your mind. It's rated for 16 people. It has available 5,200 pounds of ballast, and let's check it out. The Nv243 is an NV. It's got that same aggressive style as the rest of the line. It just happens to be 24 feet, 3 inches long. This thing looks amazing. You can tell it's an NV when you're standing at the dock and this boat is pulling up to pick you up. In fact, if you're getting a ride at night, this boat has available docking lights from Baja Racing, and they are really bright. As we move around to the side of the Nv243, you start to understand that this is unmistakably an NV series boat. The body lines of this boat are like no other. They serve a great purpose as far as the look of the boat, but they're also extremely functional. The more body lines we tool into the hull, the stronger it is, which gives you a quieter ride and more stability overall, less vibration that's happening throughout the boat. You also have the Centurion cropped windshield on the Nv243 with the model designator chiseled into the side of the A-pillar. This windshield is made to go with the NV series. It really complements that aggressive look, but like the body lines, it also has function. This windshield allows you to have a conversation with a fallen rider when you're coming back around to pick them up without having to stand up and talk over the windshield wing. It also gives you the ability to put on one of these optional bumper cleats. You can just reach over the side and clip that in when you're coming into the dock to make sure this beautiful boat stays beautiful and safe. The Nv243 is available in the core gel coat scheme. What that gives you is a huge panel of color along the center of the boat. And this particular boat is colored with black metal flake, but there are 37 different color choices you can put in this color area on the NV. And this base color is white. You've got 18 different color choices on the base of this boat, both deck and hull. You also have the option of Ramfill on the NV series. Ramfill is a little more than half of the overall ballast in this particular boat, which happens to be 5,200 pounds, and it fills in 90 seconds. There's a scoop mounted to the bottom of the hull that allows the water to be rammed in when the boat is underway, up to 15 miles per hour, and it fills those two huge tooled-in cavities beneath the floor of the boat in the lounge area in 90 seconds. It allows the entire running surface of the boat to be displaced or to go deeper into the water and make that awesome wave behind the Nv243. As we move further down the profile of the Centurion Nv243, you see more and more style and customization elements to this boat, namely the Centurion Badge. Typically, the NV series comes with a chiseled Centurion Badge on either side and one mounted on the transom that is black chrome. For 2026, we are offering a customized element to this particular badge. You can get an inlay, either in white, as you see here, in black, or in gray to match the vents that are on the boat. It's really beautiful, super customizable, and you can make that Centurion stand out as much as you want to. You've also got some function built into the side of the boat, or at least you notice as you move down the side of the Nv243, the fuel fill. Now, normally a fuel fill is no big deal. You always need one. The great thing about this one is there's one that matches it on the other side. So you can fill this boat with gas at the fuel station on the same side that your tow vehicle fuel fuels. It makes it simple. You pull in one way, fill both the truck and the boat, and then you're out of there. No problem. You've also got a pull-up cleat on this side. Now you have 4 pull-up cleats on the boat total, 2 on each side, and then you can get an additional 2 as an option to make it 6 total. These pull-up cleats are great because when you're not using them, they're recessed into the side of the boat. They look nice, they're stainless steel, but when you need them, pull them out, wrap that dock line, and tie yourself off. The great thing about this rear pull-up cleat is it's incorporated into a vent, and it's a fresh air vent that brings fresh air to the engine. So it has function to it, but it's also really beautiful. It's made by Billet Industries, and they are a huge partner of ours, making us look good and work well. The Nv243 is built on the Opti-V hull. It is a long Opti-V hull under this boat, and it gives you an even longer wave. But the dynamic of the Opti-V, I feel like, needs to be explained. It is a deep V hull, which is unlike any of our competitors, and it gives you a bigger wave with less weight. That's really important. But it also gives you a great rough water ride, which is very, very unique amongst towboats. It also gives you balance. The optimized piece of this is 2 lifting triangles in the rear corners of the Opti-V hull that give the back of the boat, the heaviest part of the boat, lift. That allows the boat to ride more level in the water, displace the entire running surface when we fill it with ballast, and make a great wave. But the way we make that wave is with QuickSurf Pro. QuickSurf Pro switches our wave from side to side. It does this by putting the plate down opposite the surf side, creating lift and displacing the surf corner to create that curl. Then when you want to switch it, the opposite plate goes down, that plate that was down comes up, and that wave switches to the other side. It does this in 2 seconds, thanks to our Lenco rams. And for 2026, these actuators are smart. They actually talk to the CAN bus system, the system that displays all of the system information on the dash, and it allows you to see exactly where those QuickSurf plates are. How this helps you is you can fine-tune that wave to exacting standards for your rider in tow. It gives you all of that functionality. It also looks cool too. It's a stainless steel plate on either corner of the boat, and it's got the Warrior logo tooled into it. It's really beautiful and functional as well. At the transom of the NV series, you see something that's very unique as far as the style and design of the boat. The back of the boat kind of comes out and then tapers towards the water. The transom is unusually shaped, and it really adds to the style of the NV series, but it also has extreme functionality. With as much as 5,200 pounds of ballast available in the 243, the water displaced behind this boat can get big, and you don't ever want it to come into the boat when you stop to go and pick up a fallen rider. So we've designed the transom to kind of knock down that roller so it never has the opportunity to come inside with you. That's really important about this functionality, but it looks amazing too. And we've now designed a swim step that allows for that taper at the bottom. So the swim step almost goes underneath the back of the transom, and it extends further out. So you have plenty of room on that swim step to do what you need to do, but you preserve both that unique NV look and the functionality to knock down those waves behind the boat. The Nv243 comes standard with the Stinger wake plate. What that does is it changes the running attitude of the boat. When the Stinger wake plate goes down, the bow of the boat goes down and gets that most aggressive part of the V cutting through the water. When the Stinger wake plate comes up, the bow of the boat comes up and allows the back of the boat to get deeper into the water, the heaviest part of the boat. Now, you can option the 243 to get the silent stinger wake plate. This adds another level of functionality to that trim tab. It actually dampens the noise of your engine. So it does this by forcing water into the bottom of the plate, and that water tumbles through a series of baffles with the exhaust that's ported into the plate from the engine. This dampens the noise of the engine, so much so that you'll get decibel readings at the passenger seat of about 75, which is about the same as a kitchen dishwasher. It's very quiet on the inside of the boat, and that's all thanks to the silent stinger, but it's still doing its job as a wake plate. It's also giving you the benefit of quiet for those long days on the water. You're not yelling at each other inside the boat. You're having an inside voice conversation and enjoying the day. As I get up onto the swim step of the NV243, I notice it's big. This swim step has a lot of real estate to it, and it's easy to get up onto. So it rolls off towards the back edge, which makes it a little easier, but it also has handles tooled into it so I can pull myself up. I also have the option to get a swim step ladder if I want to look a little more graceful getting up onto the swim step, which is always helpful. But when I get up here, I notice this sun pad is huge on this boat. I've got a lot of area to hang out. And there's also some really cool storage. I can put my shoes away, slam latches on those storage so it's easy to open, easy to close, and they make for a great cushy seat just to hang out. I've got access to my pull-up pylon here, and I can connect the rope. This is great for a tube or a skier because the rope is really far back here and low. It's not going to interfere with anything else on the back sun pad. I also have a great walkover. Right here, I've got a clear path to the inside of the boat and I'm not stepping on my cushions. But if I choose to lay out on the rear sun pad, I can throw a towel across and be really, really comfortable. I also have an optional transom remote for my stereo mounted back here, so I can control my tunes and hang out while I watch the kids swim. It's a really comfortable place to be on the back of the NV243. As I walk over the sun pad of the NV243 and down into the boat, I can step onto this fiberglass GatorStep step in the middle of the back seat, and I don't have to step down on my cushions. Once I take a seat in this boat, though, you start to realize how big it is. I mean, it is definitely roomy enough for another 15 of my closest family and friends to sit in here with me. We've got plenty of space, and I've got plenty of space for all of their stuff. There's even storage underneath every single one of the seats in the lounge of the NV243. And the storage areas are rhino lined. So all of that non-skid that you see is a consistent look as well as slipless. It allows all of your stuff to stay put once you put it in those storage areas. But it's not just about the capacity of the NV243. It's also extremely beautiful. The interior scheme in the NV243 has a main color panel, a base color panel, and an accent as well as a welt. It allows for customization. You have 16 different vinyl colors, as well as a couple different texture choices that you can drape this interior in. And it's really beautiful to look at. But the way it's put together is also very durable. The vinyl is sewn together with Teflon thread. This thread is tough. In fact, in most cases, it's going to be stronger than the vinyl itself. So it can withstand things like acid rain and harsh cleaning chemicals. And you'll notice that we apply the thread a lot throughout the interior. In fact, in the high stress areas, we use a French seam, which is actually sewn 3 times. And in all of the other areas, we use what we call a half stitch, which is sewn twice. So this interior is not coming apart. In fact, you'll be hard pressed to find an area of the upholstery of the NV243 where there's a single stitch holding 2 pieces of upholstery together. It just doesn't happen. This interior is built to last, as well as to be beautiful throughout its lifespan. You also have GatorStep that can be customized and matched to your interior. This particular GatorStep scheme is a 2-layer scheme, and it's got a special cut in it where it removes pieces of the layers to reveal the color beneath. The colors in this boat is black on the bottom and shark fin on the top, and it really matches well with the stone and whisper gray upholstery that we have in the NV243. This boat is amazingly customizable, beautiful, and you can even apply that customization to the side panels. So the side panels in this boat are black metal flake, and they match the exterior gel coat color of the boat. I also have cup holders available and some of my wet sound stereo system, the speakers in the side panel, as well as grab handles and power points to charge my phone. I've got all kinds of functionality and beauty built into the interior of the NV243. The 2026 Centurion Nv243 comes standard with the DropZone Auto Tower from Roswell. This tower is not only beautiful and complements the style of the Nv243, it is extremely strong and extremely functional. This tower folds down automatically, actually with a button press. So I can press this button that's on the port side top corner of the tower. The arrow that's pointing forward or towards the bow will collapse the tower forward of the windshield. It will also allow me to bring the tower right back up with the arrow that's pointing towards the transom. It's a very quick process, and as the tower is going up or down, it is very smooth. There's hardly any vibration in the boat, and that is thanks to the linear actuators that make this tower go up and down. It is a precise piece of equipment. It also locks down, so when I am not getting ready to fold the tower or bring it back up, I can lock it into place with a patented cam latch mechanism that Roswell has built into the DropZone tower. This allows the tower to be extremely strong and steady, whether you're out on the lake on a rough day or you're pulling your boat on a bumpy road. You do not see this tower flex. You do not hear it rattle. It is extremely strong and well put together. You also have the ability to customize this tower. So I can custom color the tower shields, and on the outside of the tower, I can even add a second accent to the tower shields. This gives me ultimate customization to make the tower match my boat how I see fit. I can also custom color the tower itself. It's either available in black or white. I can add options to the tower. I can add racks. You see the Bombshell 2.0 racks on this particular tower. I can also add a bimini. This tower has the So Long bimini on it. We call it so long because it is so long and it covers so much of the lounge. But you can even option that bimini to add a surf shade. Yes, I can extend this bimini all the way out to the swim step if I want and keep that shade up while I'm surfing. That gives me the ultimate protection from the sun and the ultimate surf session behind the NV243. The other thing that I can option on this tower is the stereo system. This particular tower has the Hero stereo system from Wet Sounds, which is amazing. I've got 4 10-inch horns in this tower, and they rock, and they get that sound all the way out to the surfer or wakeboarder in tow. But it also comes this year with a triple X subwoofer with a specially designed box that is ported for maximum bass sound. This system sounds amazing, but you've got to check it out for yourself. The interior of the NV243 can be completely customized to how you and your family and friends want to use this boat. You can opt for rear-facing stadium seats that flip up and allow you to see all of the action behind the boat comfortably. You can get one on the port side, one on the starboard side, or both. You also have the option of a slide seat in the NV243, which gives you another couple rear-facing or forward-facing lean backs available with that seat, in addition to a table. This boat is made to be what you and your family need it to be on the water. Why should the driver have all the fun in the NV243? The passenger or the observer at the OB area should be just as accommodating and just as comfortable to sit in and deal with. This area of the boat, you've got cup holders, you've got sounds and speakers, you've got a locking glove box that also houses something that's really cool and gives the passenger a lot of control over the battery management system. This system isolates the batteries, so I can run my lights and my stereo on the house battery. I can have my engine battery off, and that allows me, when I'm done hanging out in a cove, to turn that engine battery on and get myself back to the dock easily and safely. It's right here in the glove box to access, also easily. Normally, you would have an isolator switch that's mounted in the OB storage area, which is difficult to get to when you've got that storage area filled with all your stuff. This allows you easy access to battery management. You also have a PDM breaker panel here, or access to be able to turn on and off your PDMs throughout the boat. You need to do this for technical reasons if you're having a difficulty, and normally I would say always get the advice of a service tech before you start to turn those on and off, but this gives you easy access. You no longer have to dig through the boat to find out where those PDM breakers are. You've also got power points in your glove box, so I can charge my phone or I can plug a device in so I can use it through my stereo system. It's all right here in the observers area. The NV243 from Centurion is a big boat. It's 24 feet long, or a little bit more than that, and it accepts as many as 16 people. When you have that kind of space and that many people in the boat with you, they create waste. They create trash, and we need somewhere to put it. And we have this walk-through trash chute. It's really easy to access. I don't have to have anybody get out of their seat to throw something away, and we can keep the boat clean and the trash out of sight and out of mind. The driver's seat in the Centurion Nv243 is awesome. It's so comfortable. It swivels so I can have a conversation with the passengers that are sitting in the rest of the lounge very easily. But it also has a high back to it. It's extremely supportive along the sides, and it just gives me the perfect base to have all the control at the dash. And if I need to turn around and look at my rider in tow, it's got this nice little cutout so I can throw my leg over, make sure my rider's good, and then swing back around and be ready to pull them on their next epic surf session. Speaking of that surf session, I have control over all of that at this dash, and easy control. New for this year, I have what we're calling the knob ops, and it is this big knob here, and it allows me to control stereo function really easily. Not only can I turn up and turn down the sound, I can advance my songs and change the album that I'm on. I can also change my wave from side to side very easily here. So I barely have to take my eyes off the water to grab for these controls and make those subtle changes. I also have access to my Evo screen, which is a panoramic style screen. I have 6 to 8 button navigation on the right-hand side. This gives me complete and quick control over all of the systems in the boat. From my home screen, I can see everything I need to about the engine diagnostics, as well as my set speed and a picture of my NV243 on the screen as well. I can move quickly to my surf screen where I can adjust the settings of my QuickSurf Pro tabs, as well as change the wave from side to side and understand where my stinger wake plate is set. I can also go to my ballast screen and show all of the ballast areas in this NV243. There's a possible 6 different ballast areas, and this boat will allow me to fill and drain each of those areas independent of one another, or I can fill them all or drain them all. If I have the optional Ramfill system, it's going to fill a little bit more than half of the overall ballast in this boat in less than 90 seconds, really fast. But the other thing I have in the NV243 for 2026 is the Fast Mover Ballast System by Seaflow. That means each one of my pumped ballast areas is controlled by a Seaflow ballast pump, which is really fast filling and draining. It pumps 13.5 gallons per minute, and this allows that ballast to fill quickly or drain quickly and get me on my way to doing what I need to do, whether it's surfing, wakeboarding, or heading back to the dock. I can now do it really fast with the Fast Mover Ballast System. I've also got available mapping in this boat. So with an optional Navionics chip, I can map the entire layout of the lake that I'm on in US and Canada typically, but really we've got those chips that work all around the world. I've also got all of my switching so I can control my interior lights, my underwater lights, my docking lights, and my heater. I've got stereo functionality in the Evo screen as well. So if I choose to control my stereo through the screen, I can very easily. I also have access to rider profiles. You have 4 different factory presets that this boat comes with, but those can be customized, and I can add as many as 13 profiles to this boat. So when I find a way that my kids like to surf, I can save it and then I can queue it up anytime they're ready to ride. It's very easy to do. I also have access to all of my system settings and diagnostics from this screen. It's really easy to navigate. The other thing is I have engine information, and the standard engine in the NV243 is a 5.3-liter ZZ5 from PCM. This particular engine has 400 foot-pounds of torque, and it gets up and goes. It's paired with a 2-to-1 gear reduction and a 17-inch prop, so it gets you up out of the water quickly. It's also very quiet and efficient running, so it's really good on fuel. This is easily controlled with my throttle. My throttle has a nice armrest directly behind it, and this Lavorsi throttle feels really good to use, so I can easily control my speed if I choose to control it manually rather than using the zero-off speed control. If I'm using speed control, I can control my speed with my sport shifters. On the right-hand side, I can increase my speed by pulling the top shifter towards me or decrease my speed by pulling the bottom shifter towards me. And I can do that without taking my hands off the steering wheel or my eyes off the water in front of me. If I want to change the running attitude of the NV243, I can do that with the sport shifters on my left side. I can increase the plate or increase the stinger tab by pulling the top sport shifter towards me, or I can decrease that tab by pulling the bottom shifter towards me. Either way, I have control without losing grip of the steering wheel or sight of the water in front of me. Finally, I have visible access to my cell phone, which with this optional clamping wireless cell phone charger, my cell phone is always a glance away, and if there's an emergency, I can see it. This control is what the NV243 gives me in the driver's area, and this is where I love to be. The Centurion Nv243 is a walk-through open bow. What does that mean? It means I can easily walk through to get to the bow. And the bow in this boat is no joke. It's pretty big. My feet don't even touch. My legs are all the way out. I'm super comfortable. And I can have another person sitting in here with me. I've got my optional filler cushion installed. And what this gives me is more of a playpen style bow. I can take it out and make it more of a lounge. I have sounds here. I have cup holders. I have power points to charge my phone, both USB and USB-C. I have a grab handle. And this bow is not only large, it is deep. So I sit down in the bow. So if I'm up here with a child, I can feel safe that they're going to be down in the boat and not sitting more up in the bow. It's very, very comfortable. Also, when we're underway, typically the bow is the bounciest part of the boat to ride in, but not in a Centurion, and specifically not in the NV243. Because of the Opti-V hull, this is a really comfortable and a super smooth place to ride. I hope you've enjoyed learning about the all-new NV243 from Centurion. This boat is a large entry brand offering, and it's going to get you and your family out on the water surfing in style. But don't take my word for it. Visit your local Centurion Boats dealer and let us prove it to you on the water today.